All right, guys. Occasionally I get questions on what the best admin pouch out there is, and I really can't answer that question because it depends on what you want in your admin pouch. All right, so a while back, I got with Paul at Longship and kind of had him build an admin pouch that was optimized for the SPC because the SPC, especially in swimmer cut, is not very friendly to admin pouches. And then recently I saw Earthseed Equipment was making an admin pouch with the same mounting system on the back, which was totally cool. He had talked to Paul and they talked about sharing that idea, right? So this is not a Longship copy. This is dudes on TaylorMade working with each other, trying to make the world a better place. All right, so Earthseed Equipment sent me this pouch to take a look at because I came up with the mounting, right? At least when Paul did it, and I'm a big fan of that work because it was genius. All right, so the reason why this is optimized for kind of chest mounting on plate carriers is, first of all, you don't have a malice clip, so you don't have this big rigid tail hanging off of here, but you also don't have a snap. So it's true 3-inch mounting, which fits the chest portion of JPC SPC. And then it's got a hook on it, so it'll marry up with the front loop and provide a little bit more stable mounting. All right. So it's got a tuck tab on the bottom. All right. I told him I didn't care if he put the hook on the molly. I don't know if that's standard or not. I don't think it is. But he asked. I said no. So it threads just like a normal molly pouch, right? You marry up this with the top row of your SPC JPC, thread the molly through, and then tuck it in the middle, and then thread it through the vest again, and then bring it around and tuck the tuck tab. All right, so true 3-inch mounting, which is a pretty big deal. All right, it may not seem that way, but it keeps stuff out of the way of your mags. Especially if you use 40-round mags, then they kind of rest on the top of this thing, and it's a sweet setup. All right, but it's very minimal as far as the height goes. And then you got some loop on the outside, so everybody knows who you are or what kind of nerdy stuff you're into at the time with your morale patches, and that's fine. All right, and then it's got a dual zipper on top, which on this one in particular is extra important because it lets you kind of position where you want to open it. But more importantly, to open it kind of in the middle. All right, and then inside is set up so you've got a tilt-away portion for your phone. I think this is a Galaxy S6 Plus, and I also put my iPhone in 13 in there, and it fit just fine. I don't know if you could go much bigger than that. I don't think you could fit like one of the iPhone Maxes or whatever in there. But it does have this tearaway retainer here with shot cord retention. So if you don't want a phone in there, you can pull all that out and remove the bulk, which I can show you here. All right, so there's the phone retention, right? It's about as minimalist as you can get. And it lets you experiment or play around with having a end user device that is not in like a $400 Juggernaut setup. All right, nothing wrong with those, but it's a big investment if you're doing it kind of on your own, right? So that tears out. If you don't want it to get rid of that bulk, or maybe you want your phone out and you don't want to be, looking down at your chest, you can pull it out and use your phone that way. And then what you're left with is the Velcro mounting for that. So if there's no phone, you could put another insert in there if you wanted to organize some stuff, or you just leave it blank, all right? Or you could do some like GRGs and laminate them, and you could put just a little bit of sticky back Velcro on them to kind of retain them. Okay. Opposite of that, on what is the chest side, is you have elastic loops here for 3 writing implements, grease pencils, dry erase markers, pens, or anything of that shape. If you wanted some needle D's in there or something, that would be kind of goofy, but they would work. And then you have a little flat portion in the back, which I'm always a fan of because there's always something you can tuck back there, whether it be something simple like GRGs or a folded up map, or even like a small signal kit, right? You put a whistle and a signal mirror, and maybe even like a firefly strobe or something in there. And it keeps the bulk down pretty well, or some note cards, right? And then he's got a paracord routing here so that you can kind of control how far open the flap goes. I would definitely recommend, because paracord is cheap, figuring out how far you want to open and kind of setting your toggle for that, and then trimming off the excess just to get that out of the way. And if you really wanted, you could even, reroute it a little bit and move the toggle off to the side or something, so there's nothing, flopping down onto your phone or just getting in the way in general. But that is the Earthseed equipment admin pouch. Again, huge fan of it. Huge fan of the mounting, right? I'll be as modest as I can there, but it was a stroke of genius. But the whole thing, really well done. It keeps it nice and small, cuts down on the bulk. It keeps you from getting too carried away with your admin stuff, right? Because you still got pockets everywhere on modern combat uniforms. So most of the stuff that potentially would have gone in old school admin pouches can go in your pockets, because that's probably where it belongs in the first place. But there you go. Earthseed equipment admin pouch. I don't know the price. I apologize. Whatever it is, it's worth it. Good guy working with other good guys. The Taylor Raid crew, all super great folks, trying to make the world a better place. So check it out. Thanks.